review, I'd like to introduce David Higgins, who's the founder and director of Juco Events, to tell us what today's announcement is all about. David, please.
Alrighty, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today to help us launch what will be a unique and iconic new event in the international sporting landscape, the Brisbane Global Tens. Juco was started 12 years ago in a student flat. Never did I think we'd be having the privilege of announcing an event like this today, or promoting the future heavyweight champion, Joseph Parker, who's over there on my right. So it's really an exciting time for us. The Brisbane Global Tens the idea was born 3 years ago. Juco had established the Downer inaugural Auckland Nines, which was a bit of a coming of age for us in terms of our scope and scale. It enabled us to hire Martin Snedden, who we're often told brought us, Dean and I, massive integrity and credibility, which is great to have Martin on board. And with Martin on board, we were freed up to dream up new ideas. So we got a whiteboard out and we had a look at Rugby Union, and World Rugby are doing an incredible job growing the game in 15s and 7s, and we looked down the middle and thought there's got to be an opportunity with 10-a-side. We tested the theory on a few people, John Eales, Eddie Jones, Robbie Deans, who've been incredibly helpful, and they confirmed what our hunch was correct, that 10s can be a great showcase for Rugby Union, a bit of the best of both worlds, some of the structure and strategy of 15s, but also some of the pace and space of 7s. So with that in mind, we went about approaching Brisbane and Queensland. Tourism Events Queensland, Brisbane Marketing backed us from day one, and we're incredibly grateful. It takes courage in the political environment to invest money, especially for new ideas. We then politely approached New Zealand Rugby Union, and they did some rigorous, extensive due diligence, and we worked with them. Steve Chu, Nigel Cass, the team there have been wonderful to work with, and similarly the Australian Rugby Union. And the unions gave us permission to approach their Super Rugby clubs, and in time, over a year-long journey, we brought on board all 5 New Zealand Super Rugby clubs and all 5 Australian Super Rugby clubs. But the vision was to create the world's preeminent Tens tournament history with the best clubs and the best players playing for real prize money. So with that, we then approached what we've got, the best Pacific side in Samoa, arguably the best Japanese side of the last decade, Panasonic Wild Knights, the best French club, the Glamour Club, Toulon, and arguably the best South African club, winners of Super Rugby 3 times, the Blue Bulls. And so standing here today, we have 14 of the best clubs in the world assemble a global collaboration, up to 500 players, 6 nations involved. There's going to be 20 broadcast market. It's really a global collaboration, and we just want to acknowledge the rugby unions and the clubs for backing what is a new idea, and will hopefully go in generations to become like the iconic Hong Kong Sevens, the Brisbane Global Tens. So thank you everyone, and thanks for helping us to launch today.
Thank you, David. So it's going to be a very exciting event, the Brisbane Global Tens. They love their rugby up in Queensland as much as they love the other sport. When you're about to see, you're going to see lots of support from some big and well-respected names in rugby. So let's take a look.
I've been fortunate enough to play rugby and commentate on rugby all over the world, Dubai, Cape Town, also in the UK, but I'll tell you what, in February next year, there'll be no better place to watch Tens rugby than here in Brisbane.
We are so excited to be hosting the inaugural Brisbane Global Tens here in 2017.
Brisbane Global Tens Rugby, they have nailed it. This is exactly what Super Rugby needs before it starts. An international sporting extravaganza in southeast Queensland with some of the world's best rugby players on show. Make no mistake, the Brisbane Tens will be an instant smash hit.
Some of the biggest clubs in the world come into Brisbane for one weekend in February each year. So all eyes from World Rugby will be on Brisbane.
There'll be clubs from 6 different countries, and there's 28 games of rugby in all.
Brisbane will be their headquarters for rugby in that 1 week before Super Rugby starts. And where else would you want it but the best rectangular stadium in the world, Suncorp Stadium.
Whether you are a local resident or a visitor, I encourage you to come along and show your colours for the world's finest rugby teams this February.
The modern game of 10s is almost a hybrid. It's the speed of 7s mixed with the structure of 15s. So it's a great match for all the fans of World Rugby to come and enjoy.
It's amazing content. High intense running rugby, but still plenty of structure for the boys up front.
10-a-side rugby is perfect. There's still the scrums, the flavour of the line-outs. It's still the closest thing to 15 without having to play full-blown game.
I was lucky enough to play in the Brisbane teams back in the late 90s. It was fantastic then, and I'm sure the new version will be just as good.
I think the rivalries of the teams we've got is going to be great. Obviously there's the Aussie rivalries, but also the Kiwis across the ditch. And then there's some new teams that we don't usually get to play. So it's going to be an awesome atmosphere.
Not only do you have your 5 Australian and 5 New Zealand teams, but you've got 4 very well-known international invitational teams. So that sums up the talent that will be here.
We're really looking forward to playing the other teams that are coming to the competition. So Toulon, Samoa, Panasonic and the Bulls. I think having that diversity and different people from different cultures will make the competition even more interesting.
Yeah, everyone at Panasonic is extremely excited about coming out here to Brisbane. 2 days of rugby heaven at Suncorp, what could be better? So we're all extremely excited. As a fan, I'm just going to be keen to watch the games and after I've played as well, so it's great to be a part of.
This is a chance, no matter what walk of life you come from, no matter what code you support, it's going to be a great festival of rugby.
Brisbane is a city of many talents. Bit of nightlife going on, bit of fun and fashion, and there's many other things you can sink your claws into while in Brisbane.
You've got the beaches on the Gold Coast, you've got Noosa and the Sunshine Coast, you've got the Headlands, and more importantly, you've got the home of the Queensland Reds Rugby Union team who play right here in Brisbane. Weather conditions will be perfect. Get yourself here, what a place to be.
So it sure is going to be rugby heaven, especially for the players and also for the fans in Brisbane coming up in February. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Nigel Cass, who's the Chief Strategy and Operations Officer from the New Zealand Rugby Union.
First time I think I've had a musical introduction. Thanks Clint. On behalf of New Zealand Rugby, we're really pleased to be here in support of our Super Rugby clubs. This is an initiative of all 5 of the New Zealand teams. It's taken a lot of work with Duco to get to this point, but we think it's set up for a fantastic inaugural tournament in 2017. As was touched on in the video, one of the things that I think is great about this tournament is 10s has always been part of the past in relation to rugby. The things that have gone, people remember back fondly to 10s tournaments in years gone by, and it's just great to think that going forward it's going to be part of the future. We think it's a fantastic way to kick off the professional rugby season. There'll be a level of excitement around this which will make fans, players, everybody stand up and take notice and think, yep, we're back into to rugby again. So really looking forward to getting to February next year and seeing the inaugural tournament kicking off. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Nigel. And now would you please welcome part of the international flavour for the Brisbane Global 10s, Samoa coach Alama Irumia.
Welcome and thank you very much everyone for turning up. Just firstly, on behalf of Samoa Rugby Union and I suppose the country of Samoa, thank you very much to Dave Higgins and Rugby Events for inviting us to such a exciting concept, and thank you for the foresight to actually bring this whole tournament together. As a country and as a union, we're very excited to be invited to a professional tournament. Obviously with Samoa, we will be representing our country, but not only that, the Pacific, and we're really excited about bringing that flavour to the whole event. For Samoa, in terms of tournaments, this is obviously one of the highlights for us to be invited into a professional tournament that has the Super Rugby teams, international and very well-known clubs from Europe and South Africa. and we're really excited. For us, it's an opportunity to showcase what we have on island, and also for a lot of the Samoans around the world. It will be a major event for us, and we thank you very much again for actually inviting us, and we're definitely looking forward to actually preparing for it, and it's great to see, obviously, like some of those players up there. I do remember it when it was played back in the 90s, and it featured very highly in the pre-seasons of Super Rugby, so I think this is a great build-up for many teams, but the international flavour to it is certainly something what I believe the international game needs at the moment. So thank you very much, and thank you for everyone being here.
So great that Samoa's on board, and it's also fantastic with some of the players and also a